Vice President of the Trump Organization, Eric Trump, joins me now. All right, Eric, so now you're running against Kamala Harris. They're going to hide her for the rest of the campaign. What is the plan?
Well, Jesse, it's been 27 days. She won't get out there. She won't do an interview. And frankly, if I were her, I probably wouldn't do an interview either, right? I mean, she's been a disaster in terms of the economy. She's been a disaster on the border czar. She was supposed to take on AI, and she was incapable of doing that. You know, as border czar, she's let in 13 million people into this country, and now she's promising that every single one of them is going to have free health care. We're 30th in the world in terms of educating our children. Our schools are failing, yet every illegal immigrant that comes across an invisible line is going to get free health care. Jesse, it doesn't make any sense. Then she comes out and promises, on day one, I'm going to tackle high prices, yet she's going out and saying that she wants to add an extra 30% to taxes for every individual and every business in this country. Let me ask you a question. I mean, I'm a business guy, but how do you reduce costs if you're going to add 30% in terms of taxes to all those businesses? Not to mention the war on natural gas, the war on gasoline. Utilities are double the cost. Food's double the cost it's ever been. You can't have a mortgage in this country anymore because they're 7% and 8%, where under my father, they were 2.5%, right? I mean, inflation is eating everybody alive. You have stagnation of wages. People are suffering in this country, but yet on day one, even though she works about 7 feet away from Joe Biden, you know, her office is about 10 feet away from the Oval Office. You know, on her day one, she's going to take on prices. Give me a break. No one believes it, Jesse. No one believes it.
Do you believe that the Obamas are going to be able to pull this off? You know, they're going to just sprinkle her with the hope and change. All the speechwriters are writing her speeches. She's going to be coddled. She's going to be on Time Magazine, every single issue. That's a heavy lift. Obama had talent. He didn't need that much help. He was coming off 2 terms of Bush, and he got swept in there through the financial crisis. Kamala Harris is not a talented politician. They are trying everything possible here. How close is this going to be?
Listen, Jesse, it's the greatest rebranding of somebody I've ever seen. I mean, the media was laughing at her a month ago. They were literally telling her, I mean, in all the biggest publication, Kamala, it's your duty to step aside, you know, let the next generations, you know, come in, let the next generation of politicians. It's amazing. Joe Biden gets forced out, and 24 hours later, she has 4,000 delegates lined up. Tell me that whole thing wasn't pre-planned and she wasn't working that behind the scenes. But Jesse, I mean, it's actually really disgusting to see the mainstream media. I mean, people in this country, there's not a single person watching the show right now that's not hurting. As I said before, wages haven't gone up in this country, and people are getting crushed under the prices of absolutely everything. You go to the grocery store, you can feel it, right? I mean, people are seeing people die in this country, 300,000 kids to fentanyl, because these people, I mean, they'll put up 3 walls around the DNC in Chicago, but they won't do a damn thing about our southern border, which is letting drugs across in rapid numbers,
Eric, they didn't even mention fentanyl. I've been here for 4 days. I don't even believe I've heard the word fentanyl the entire time.
Of course not. You know, and you probably don't, you've never heard the fact that she chairs the National Space Commission, and yet Boeing can't get one of their rockets out of, you know, I mean, it's literally docked at the International Space Station with 2 astronauts stuck up there, and you're going to have Elon Musk go rescue them. I mean, what has this administration done? You have wars breaking out all over the world. Russia and Ukraine, we're paying hundreds of billions of dollars so young kids can shoot each other in point-blank ranges and in trenches on the Russia-Ukraine border. The Middle East has become a hornet's nest. We're not focused on our economy. We've spent more time wondering whether or not guys my height should be able to swim in women's sports. I mean, Jesse, people are laughing at us around the world. They're laughing at us, and it's so sad. We have the greatest country.
I'm laughing at us because it's so ridiculous.
We've got the greatest country in the world. We've got unlimited potential, and we're being run by a bunch of clowns. And I'm telling you, the country's going to reward Donald Trump. He was the best president this country's ever had, and he's going to win on November 5th because people feel it in their soul. People know that this country's going in the wrong direction.
Well, I mean, if this country has common sense, that'll be the outcome. Eric Trump, thank you so much. Good to see you. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.